What's up, everybody? It's your real entrepreneur coach, Arthur J. Moore. Hey, guys, we're going to dive straight into Alphabet E from the Start Your Own Business from A to Z. Hey, guys, I am having a good time showing you guys all of these alphabets and showing you guys how to make your business better and how to start your business correctly, guys. Hey, you know what? When I started my business, I didn't have nobody to teach me from A to Z, from the mistakes that they made and from the gains that they gained. So, guys, this is a privilege to me to be able to share this with you, to be able to start your business properly, and to be able to help you where your business failed at. So, hey, guys, let's dive into Alphabet E. Alphabet E is what? Establish a legal structure. Establish a legal structure. Time after time, guys, I see a lot of my clients, because I own tax offices, I see a lot of my clients coming in and they are filing Schedule C's, but guess what? They do not have a business entity set up. They do not know if they are a corporation. They do not know if they are LLC. They do not know if they're a sole proprietor. They do not know if they're a partnership. They just file their Schedule C under their name, as saying that they do hair, saying that they do digital marketing and different things in this nature. But what I try to educate clients to know is that you must have a business entity in order to be a legal business. You want to have a business entity. You want to have your structure set up correctly. Now, here's this. A lot of people say that I'm in business. I want to say this to you. If you don't have a business name, then you're not in business. If you don't have a business bank account, then you're not in business. You're hustling. You're trying to find your way into becoming a business. But until you do the proper things, you are hustling. And guess what? Everybody have hustled their business to get to the next level. I'm not knocking it at all. But I am here to explain to you and show you how to start your business from A to Z. And what I'm telling you is, if you think that you're going to be in business, or you really want to be in business, and you're spending money into your business and you don't have a business name, then you're losing right off the bat. Are you guys understand what I'm saying? You're losing right off the bat if you're investing in a business, but you don't have a business name, you don't have a business bank account, you don't have your business structured right, and you don't have all the things that I'm teaching you from A to Z. You're setting yourself up for failure. I can say that, guys, because I've been there and I've done that. I'm teaching you guys from failure, and I'm teaching you guys from winning. But on the failure side, guys, a lot of people's not going to teach you the things that they fail. I'm here to teach you the things that I failed, and that's why, again, I put together Start Your Own Business from A to Z. And I'm telling you for sure that a business without a structure, a business without an entity, is not a business. So a lot of times you get people that cut grass, or I'm talking about on the lowest of the lowest end. You get people that do start different businesses. I'm a web designer. I'm a barber. I do tech support, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you don't set yourself up the right way. I want you guys to hear me. You have to set yourself up the right way. You have to know, okay, well, what entity do I need to become when starting my business? Do I need to be a sole proprietorship? Do I need to be a partnership? Do I need to be a LLC? Or do I need to be a corporation? Well, today, guys, you're going to find out exactly what entity you need to be based upon what kind of business you are structuring for yourself and what kind of business you are operating for yourself. Okay? So here we go. Let's start with sole proprietorship. I remember long years ago when I had my first business, I did it as Arthur J. Moore, doing business as Future Management, because I thought that was the simplest way, the easiest way to do business. All I had to do was go down to the administration office for the city or state that I lived in, and I just simply started doing business as Arthur J. Moore doing business as Future Management. And I got that paperwork real quick, went and set myself up a bank account and started doing business. Now, let me give you a breakdown on that. Let's just say that you do hair. And let's just say you're working in somebody else's establishment and you are a independent contractor inside of their establishment, right? So you pay your own taxes, you buy your own solutions, and you buy your own material, you buy your own capes and supplies and everything you need to be a stylist, hairstylist, correct? Okay. Now watch this. Is it safe to say that you want to set yourself up as a sole proprietor? Yes. You can be Denise doing business as Denise hairstylist. Because guess what? You're a sole proprietor. You don't have no buildings and you're not doing business outside of that building that you are styling hair in. So it's okay to say that Denise doing business as Denise hairstylist because you'll be able to get some benefits as being a business. You can establish yourself some credit cards and different things like that under that business name. Now, as a sole proprietorship, I would say do that when you are just starting out and you don't have a big business or you're not hiring people and you're not acquiring different machineries and different things like that with your business. Then I would say it's okay to go ahead and do a sole proprietorship. But now, one thing about a sole proprietorship is it's the simplest structure where one person owns and runs the business, right? Now watch this. It's easy to set up, but the owner is personally what? Liable for all of the business debt. When you set up as sole proprietorship, you are personally responsible for all of the debt that that company creates or accumulates. That's what a sole proprietorship is. So you got to ask yourself, is that how I want to set myself up? Number 2, partnership. Well, I said partnership runs the same like a sole proprietorship, but guess what? It's just 2, 3, or more people came together as a partnership to do a business. I have another client that they own a food truck. And it's 2 partners, they own the food truck. But now watch this. It involves 2 more people who share ownership. There are general partnerships where all partners share liability and limited partnerships where some partners have limited liability. So, if you got 20% limited liability, some may have 30%, the other person may have 50%. So you don't share equally the liability because it's based upon the percentages that you own as a partnership. But if you're 50-50, then both of you guys share ownership and both of you guys are liable for all of the debt that that company accumulates as partners. Okay, so now watch this. When you file your taxes, guess what happens? The profits, each one of you guys have to get a K1 to show your profit. Okay, and you know, after the losses, everybody show their profit, which is going to be shown on the K1. Okay, so now here's the thing about a partnership and a sole proprietorship. When you file your taxes, it subtracts from what? Your adjusted gross income. So let's just say you made $70,000, $80,000. Let's just say you spent $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in debt with this company. Well, guess where it comes from? It subtracts from your adjusted gross income. So if you have a job making $100,000, but you have a business that was a $30,000 loss, that $30,000 is going to subtract from where? Your adjusted gross income from your job, meaning that you pay what? Less taxes. That's the good thing about being a sole proprietor in a partnership, right? Now, you have to ask yourself again, do you want to be a partnership? Is your business structured where you need a partner and you guys going to do a partnership venture? If so, remember, a partnership involves 2 or more people who share ownership. There are general partnerships where all partners share liability and limited partnerships where some parties have limited liability. Number 3, LLC, limited liability companies. But what is a LLC, limited liability company? What that is, guys, is it combines the liability protection of a corporation with the tax benefits of a partnership. It's flexible and popular for small businesses. Listen what this says now. Combines the liability protection of a corporation. Okay, guys, when you're an LLC, guess what? You're not liable for the debt just like a corporation. See, a corporation meaning that you are separated. So that means the corporation is responsible for all debt or liability that the company creates. Because remember, the corporation is an entity all by itself. It pays you to work for the company. Your partnership and your sole proprietorship, the profit is your pay. When you're a corporation, you get paid by the company. When you partnership or sole proprietor, the profit is your pay. The debt or the responsibility for the sole proprietor or the partnership, it subtracts from where? From your adjusted gross income. Limited liability, which is an LLC, it operates just like a partnership or a sole proprietorship when it comes to your taxes. Because as an LLC, it's going to be subtracted from your debt, going to be subtracted from your adjusted gross income also. You guys understand what I'm saying? But you're going to get the benefits of a corporation because you're not liable for any debt. Now, one thing I want to say about being an LLC, when I say you're not liable for any debt, what I've learned over the years, because I've done this so many times, where I personally guaranteed the debt for the companies. And when you do that, guess what? It wipes away all of the protection that you have as a LLC. Because, you know what you did? You personally guaranteed that if any debt is accumulated from off this LLC, that you personally gonna guarantee that debt. So what I advise you to do when you set up an LLC is don't personal guarantee anything. Build the company up so that the company can establish itself to get what the company needs without you having to utilize your personal signature. That's the benefits of an LLC. But if you go and sign your name on something, then you personally guaranteeing the debt for that LLC. So now you don't have no protection because you personally guaranteed the LLC. So again, guys, you got to ask yourself, if you want to be an LLC, I recommend that if you're starting off a business, that you should start off with an LLC. That's just what I recommend based upon what I've been seeing and based upon how I set my business up when I really first got started. And I knew that I was going to have some employees, or I knew that I was going to have some property that I was going to own, meaning like some machinery and different things like that, or some offices and things like that. You want to set yourself up where the liability is not going to fall on you like it would be on a partnership or a sole proprietorship. LLC takes the liability off of you, but you still get the tax benefits like a partnership or a sole proprietor, meaning that all the debt and all the liability of the income is being deducted from your adjusted gross income from any earnings that you made from your job. So that makes your tax bracket go down lower. So that makes you not be able to pay high taxes. You'll be able to pay lower taxes than you would normally pay if you did not have a sole proprietorship or a partnership. That's how LLC works, the same identical way. So LLC is a good setup for a business owner because remember, you're going to get the benefits of a partnership and a sole proprietorship when it comes to taxes, and you're going to get the protection like a corporation where all of the debt is not going to be on you. If you are a LLC, limited liability company, the debt will be on the company itself, which will act as a corporation. But remember, do not personally guarantee anything, because once you do that, you waive those rights of being protected by your LLC. Now, you put your Social Security number attached to it, when it should just be attached to your EIN number and your business. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to be an LLC? Next one, guys, corporation. Corporation is what? It's more complex and is a separate legal entity from its owners, providing the strongest liability protection. It can issue stocks and is ideal for larger businesses, but it involves more regulations and paperwork. So if you got, like I said, you got to pay close attention to how you're going to set your business up. If you're going to be a corporation, you know if you need to be a corporation, because that means if you're coming in and you're spending $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 off the back, you got employees, you got buildings, you got vehicles, you got all this type of stuff, then you coming in as a larger business, and it's wise for you to start off as a corporation. Because again, that corporation is going to come with more fees and more paperwork and more things that you're going to have to pay and more regulations. You're going to have to set up a board and different things like that. If your business is not that kind of business, don't start off with a corporation just because you want to get the strongest liability protection. You don't want to do that. Corporations, again, separates you 100% from the corporation and your personal. So if you set up a corporation, the corporation holds it on all by itself. The corporation pays you whatever it pays you, and you file your taxes all by yourself. So you got two different things that you're doing. You're filing a tax return for your business, and you're filing a tax return for your personal. That's what a corporation is. It's completely separate. The corporation don't have anything to do with you. But remember, it's the strongest liability protection, but it's a little bit more complex. It's more regulations, and it's more paperwork, and it's more fees and dues that you have to pay every year. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to be a corporation? That's why I said, if you're starting off small and you're not coming in as a big corporation or a big company right off the bat, LLC is a good way to do it, because it gives you the liability protection of what? Of a corporation. And it gives you what? It gives you the tax benefits of a partnership and a sole proprietorship. So again, these are the entities that you want to say, that you want to set yourself up when you start your business. These are the entities that you want to slow down before you just start saying, okay, I'm going to set up as a sole proprietorship. Slow down before you start saying, I'm going to set up as a partnership. Slow down before you say, I'm going to set up as an LLC. Slow down before you say, I'm going to set up as a corporation. Take your time and look at the structure of your company and find out which one of these you need to set yourself up as. Do you need to be sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, or a corporation? Because it does matter. It does matter based upon what kind of business you're setting it up. You got to look at the structure of your business plan. You got to look at what you're doing, and you have to base that upon how you want to set your business up when it comes to establishing a legal structure for your business. It is very, very, very important how you start your business. How you set your business up is how you can mess around and end your business. If you set it up wrong, you can end wrong. You set it up right, you can end right. End right means flourishing, profiting, getting all the benefits that your business needs. If you set it up the wrong way, that means you can be set up the wrong way, paying more taxes than you need to be paying. Okay? Getting less benefits that you need to be getting. More stress, because there's things that you can't do with a sole proprietorship that you can do with an LLC or what you can do with corporations. So you have to make sure that you're setting yourself up properly when you're starting a business. All right? So I just want to make sure that everybody is clear on establish a legal structure, because it's very important. Don't be out here just hustling. Don't be out here just saying, I'm a lawn service. Don't just be out here saying, I'm a tech service. Don't just be out here saying that I'm a massage therapy, but you don't have an entity set up. You just out here saying this is what you do. No, you hustling. Turn that hustle into a real business so you can get the benefits of a real business. You have listened to Arthur J. Mora, your real entrepreneur coach, with another Alphabet E. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you on the next one.